Hello everyone, let's try this once again. Let me know if you can hear me. We are having trouble with sound, so one of you can tell me if you can hear me. If not, we'll continue. I hope it's working. So welcome. I've been struggling with my phone, but hopefully this is fixed now. As you can see, the title for today is about money. I feel bad why I haven't covered this topic for a long time until a few people came to me and said, you better do this, Janet. Can you hear me now? I hope some of you can tell me if you can hear me now before I continue. You know, I had to stop this video because this phone was acting up. Donald is the first person to tell me, yeah, thank you so much. I don't know what was happening. I'm very happy to have you here today. As you know, I'm your girl. I never give up. Okay, I never give up. I have to show up from Qatar, Elias, Judy, everybody. Thank you so much. We already 30 people watching in a few seconds. You're welcome. I hope it's not too late for you. I'm going to cover for you. Thank you, Felix. I'll cover for you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. All of you, sorry, I can't mention everyone because people just want me to say what I have to say. But I love you, my friends, Jemima, Judy, everyone. Thank you so much, okay? Anyway, today it's money. It's money. And I think all of you, that's why you want to come here. We all want money, okay? That's all we want. Am I lying? I think we all know we want money. So we want, when we come here, we're going to start on a good note, all right? Thank you so much. You can hear me. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for coming. We all want to make money and use our money wisely. And the reason I'm here is to help us so we can start on a good note, okay? So some people are saying, Janet, why will you be the one saying it? It's because I chose to tell you, and I've lived the experience, my friends. If you go today and ask Bank of America, American Express, they will tell you, Janet, excellent credit. My credit is in green, okay? For those who are poor with credit, and I'm about to explain all that, it speaks volumes. Usually the ones in poor, they're in red, okay? Around 300, 400, they can't borrow anything. So there's a round circle. Red, it goes into yellow, and then all the way clockwise, all the way to green. Mine is green, over 800, and I'm not lying. Maybe I should have come. So this is important, my friends. I never talk about things that I've not lived. That's pretending. I only talk about my experiences. And I know if I share my experiences that have been successful, one or two people will benefit. Am I lying? No. So, I want to capture many of you who are already new here, or who've been here for a while, or you plan to come here. I'm telling you, you're very lucky because you're going to start on a good note, okay? There are so many people doing well, and you need to be just like them, okay? And if you can't be like them, you want to avoid the mistakes. So, let me just orient you for those who've never been here and you're about to come. And I know all my followers, one day they will come. We're going to keep believing. We're going to know how to come. Okay? First of all, there are basic needs. There are those things you just have to pay. And I know some of you, you're coming on green cards, you will need a host. Or you're coming as students, you need to be aware what these people are paying for. You need to be ready when you move out to know exactly what you will be paying for. I'm very angry at myself why I never told you about this topic. This is very important. This is like a must for you to know. And if you start on a good note, my friend, you're in a good place, okay? So let's talk about bills. The first biggest bill they pay, just like home everywhere else, is rent, okay? Or mortgage. If people own a home, they pay mortgage. Don't see all these people with big homes. By the way, I have a big home, it's almost paid off. Probably by the end of this year, I can pay off in February. How many people do you find in America with big home like this paid off? I'm one of those. And I'm not lying, okay? I'm not lying to you. My house is about almost $450,000, almost $500,000 paid off, okay? So I don't talk to you about things I don't know. I'm talking to you about things I've experienced. The first thing is the bills, is the mortgage. Now, if you're coming here the first time, just know for an average community, whereby it's safe, you are taking your kids to a good school, be ready to pay about $700 to $1,200 per month in rent. Give and take. Yes, in these Texas or southern states, you can find some places where you'll pay $500. And for you, my people, when you're starting your life, probably you'll find roommates. You give out $100 or $200 per month. together 3 or 4 people, you pay for an apartment, okay? I'm just telling you a must. These are things you have to know, okay? If you want a green card, this is something you want to know so you can plan ahead. So you can start making your math on the kind of job you get and how much you will be paying here, how much you'll be saving here. So we are done with rent. Rent, you're thinking about $800, $700 per month to $1,200. In California, a good apartment probably $1,500. Let's not talk about San Francisco. San Francisco, that is way beyond. We are talking of $4,000, $5,000 per month. So we are not even thinking of that. As we are thinking about usual, normal communities with parks, nice movies, nice schools. Okay? Plan for about $800 to $1,200. If you have roommates, fine. Okay? Rent, mortgage. Number 2, for most people that come here, probably when they find a job, they start saving money the first 2-3 months when they are still living with a host or a relative. Some choose the path of buying a small car, which we call clunkers, for about $2,500 or $3,000. That way they pay cash, struggle, you know. You're still with that attitude of home where you want to pay everything cash, which is okay. But you know, this is a country of capitalism. People like using credit to pay their bills and do other things. But let's assume there are 2 ways of doing this. So the first 6 months after you start driving, maybe you have a car, probably you will save and they will help you buy a small car. A small used car, probably, most people, by the way, most foreigners, I'll just be honest, they buy a Toyota, Honda Civic, okay? Most of them buy these Asian Japanese cars because they believe they last long, okay? Let's just stick with Nissan, Honda, Toyota. I'm just telling you, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is the truth, okay? They buy that used car that is about 10 years old to start life, okay? Now, if you're that person who is more organized and you want to buy a newer version of a Nissan, a newer version of Toyota, a newer version of a Honda, about maybe 2 or 3 years old or 4 years, that way you will have to go and borrow credit, but you can't go in the first 6 months, and here's why: you don't have credit yet. Anyway, that covers number 2. So you'll either buy a car cash, car payments cash, or you'll have maybe a dealer who will give you a small car for about $120 per month. Give and take. Okay, so plan. Okay, we've talked about rents. Now we are talking about the car payments. In America, you can't drive even at home. You can't drive without car insurance. Now, because you don't even have a driving history, if you come here like you are 26, don't go telling them I started driving last year. Start counting from when you are 16. So your driving experience will start from when you are 16 years old. That's how it works, okay? Because if you don't have driving experience, your insurance rates are gonna be so high. Now, some people tag on a relative, they drag on a host. I don't like that. Because when you start using other people, you will never be independent, okay? You will not believe in yourself, and it will be so hard for you to leave that home, for you to leave that relative. I want you to start being on your own from day one. Take the hard road. It will pay off. It will make you more confident, okay? Do your own thing. Build your own credit. Build your own driving history. Build everything on your own. You will stand out, okay? But as I said, there are things that happen, and this is what, I'm just telling you the options, okay? Number 3, you make sure you have car insurance. You start building that history. It might be expensive to start with, but if you have a good record after 6 months, they will start trusting you and your rates will come down. After 3-4 years, you're an independent person. You're not that person who is hooking yourself on your brother, your sister, your cousin, your host, your what? My friends. And some of you are doing so well and you are wondering, maybe why is Janet telling this? No, you are doing well, not the other person. Let me talk to that person. Even if it's one, it's worth it. We want our community to have people who are very, very successful, okay? Number 4, phone bills. You're going to pay for phone bills. Here, long time we used to have house bills, but people don't have house bills anymore. I mean, house phones, I'm sorry. Everyone now has a cell phone. Even if they ask, what is your house phone? You just put in your cell phone. What is your cell phone? You just use the same number. So, usually they have big companies like T-Mobile, Verizon, okay? And mostly the bill runs about $50 to $80. Okay? I hope we are on the same page. I'm giving you estimates, and I didn't give you the estimate for insurance. For a young person in the 20s, probably it's going to be 200, 220. If you're lucky, 180 per month. Okay? All right. I'll go through this math again so we can be on the same page. All right? The next thing will be gas. Okay? If you have gas for your air conditioning, for cooking, for hot water, some homes are purely electrical. So we just call it electrical or gas bill. Here we are running around $50, $80, okay? For those who own homes, they usually have water. Okay, water bill again around $120, $80. If you're living in a community where you have to pay for trash, again, that is another bill. Not so bad, $80, $50, you know what I mean? And cable TV, you have to have TV. You don't have to, but most people prefer to have TV, see the news, entertainment. These days, people are on Netflix. People have other ways of making it. So again, you can plan around. Honestly, in my city, it's very expensive to have cable. Sometimes I pay up to $150. I was in California and I used to pay cable for only $30 because there was so much competition. Like I had options with Time Warner, I had options, but here there's no competition. We have like two or three companies giving us, so they just hike up the prices. Another big bill is for those who have children, childcare. Childcare can go up to $250 per month. Okay, and this is Texas. That's the cheap one. All right, Sarah, thank you for sharing. They say they have insurance discounts for students. And that's how I got my first car. They told me, do you have a 4-year degree? We can give you a new car because of your degree. Okay, so those are the basic bills we are covering. When you come here, you want to get started, be on your feet. That way, you will move out quicker. You will marry quicker. You will be independent much quicker. Okay. All right, thank you, Betty. You can see me behind the mirror. All right, thank you. So, I hope we are on the same page. We know rent will be about $800 to $1,200. Okay, we have our mortgage and rent is the same thing. Your car will be about $120. Your insurance will be about $220. Your gas, electric will be about $50 to $80. Your phone will be about the same price, $50 to $80. Okay. Cable, same thing. And if you have kids, you want to figure out that. So those are the bills you will not run away from. Trash, water. By the way, some places they make water to be part of sewer bills, and that is part of the tax. If you evade, they'll just go straight to your bank account. Okay? So there's a reason why I'm telling you all these things. If you stick all the way to the end, you will see why Janet is explaining all these things. So you go sit down and say, how much am I earning? And if I'm alone, or by the way, if you are two people and you love each other and you have a good relationship, life will be obviously much cheaper because two are better than one. Okay? So you want to know, are you a single person? Are you a married person, or are someone that is coexisting with people? All right? But most places now, honestly, you should be able to get a job that is about $15 an hour. Try and get a job that will give you $14 to $15 an hour. Okay? That is to start. Don't get me wrong. For those who watched me, I always tell you we are starting with step 1 as we plan for the future. If we are earning $30,000 per year, we shouldn't be earning $30,000 in the first few years. 5 years from now, you should be earning $100,000. You listening to Janet. Janet followers 5 years from now, they come to America, they will say, yes, we are Janet followers. We started with 30,000, but now we have 6 figures. Because there is no excuse. Because there is no excuse. Okay? And I'm saying this because there are other ways you can become a millionaire. But I'm just saying for most of us, education is the pathway. And there is no excuse why you should not move from earning $25,000, $30,000 a year to $100,000, $150,000, $200,000. And there are many people making it. And I know many people have gone in nursing now. They are doing masters. They are doing PhDs. I want you to be like them. But now think outside the box. Do even more, because we want our communities not to be just backwards. We want to show people that yes, we are here. Yes, and we are doing well. Yes, and we are doing the right thing, okay? Now let me go to the next bills that really disturb people. Listen to me. You will fall in this category. But because you follow Janet, it will not happen to you. It will not happen to you. Okay? You're going to be the best. You will do the right thing from the first day you step in America, because knowing is better than not. There's something called student loans. They can be as expensive as a mortgage, and they can cripple you for 30 years. Are you listening to me? Don't come here just because you have a green card and the first thing you run for a student loan. By the way, all these things I'm saying, you can go buy a car, you can go buy a house, you can go borrow credit cards. Get all that money, be in debt. By the way, the worst thing that can happen to you probably is bankruptcy. You can always write off all that debt and start all over again. No one will lend you anything for 7 years. You will be kaput. You will be nothing financially. But at least you can file bankruptcy. You can never file bankruptcy with student loans. It's not allowed. It's a debt you will go with to the grave. They don't play. Okay? So understand that. So if you come here and borrow student loans just because you qualify, this is the condition. This is the condition. Listen to me. This is the condition. The condition is to look for a course when you leave. The job is waiting for you at the door. And not just a job that is worth your student loans. 2 conditions. You will be happy, my friend. Okay? If you borrow a loan that is worth 70,000, make sure your salary is over 100,000 or at least minimum 70,000. So don't just go to the school for the sake of putting degrees on the wall. Ask yourself, why am I doing this course? Do I have someone in my community that has done this course and is having a good job? He has a good home. He's managing his finances well. He has a wife, kids, and they are successful. Use role models. Don't go there and I don't want to mention names, but honestly, I can call him family, but we had someone we knew. He went all the way to MIT. For those who know MIT, by the way, I went there once. Harvard is here, MIT. It's called Massachusetts, what is it? MIT, someone help me, something technology anyway. MIT is one of the best schools in the world, technology. He went there, you know, next to Harvard. They are neighbors. I don't even know where Harvard ends and where MIT begins. He came out with a master's in aeronautics engineering or something, those big names. He tarmacked. Because every American can do that. You know what I mean? Like, what am I saying? Take a course. Don't go for names. Go be practical. That's why you see people running to nursing. Thank you, Kevin. Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I'm thinking people from MIT will be mad at me. Sorry, MIT. Massachusetts Institute of Technology. That is one of the best technology schools in the world. Next to Harvard, I've been there. Okay? People come from that school, they walk like in the air. I'm telling you. All right? But I know someone who came from there and tarmacked for years and years and years. Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Why? I don't know. Maybe it was papers. I don't know. It's nothing to give a bad vibe. I'm just saying, when you choose these courses, look for people in a community. Probably MIT gave him this course thinking that he'll come back home and help our people improve their lives. You know what I mean? These courses are there sometimes to help us so we can come home and improve our people. Would you want to have someone that came from MIT back home? I think we'll be very happy. We'll be very happy to have someone that came from Harvard. We'll be very happy. So the thing I'm saying is, before you take student loans, and we are still on that topic, how to manage your money successfully in America. You want to know, if you take a student loan, how is it going to help you and how are you going to pay back? Okay, that is it. Because once you take it, you will pay it for a long time. And this is something else. Someone told me, but I can't go to school because of student loans. I'm telling you, what is your option? What is your option? All right? Someone is watching from prison. Thank you so much for coming. What is your option? What is your option? Now, this is what I tell people. Personally, I went to school. I was so scared of those student loans, but you know what? I knew what I was going for. Before I finished, I was reading and they were telling me there were places that can pay off loans. Okay? And I'm telling you, when you come out, you find an employer willing to pay your loan sometimes 100%. Put that paper in your pocket. Put that paper in your pocket. And then you'll meet people outside there saying, I can never go to school. Those student loans. My goodness. That is your education you're putting in your pocket. Let's assume we find an employer. There's some employers, if you go and work in underserved places where there is no beach, where there are no mountains, You are taking the hard route. They will pay your student loans. You just have to be wise and pick a course that not so many people are willing to do. A course that will need you to have a license. You know, like the job I do, I need a license. You cannot just take someone from the street and plug in my position. It takes someone over 8 years of hard work and experience to get the license that I have. That's what you do, my friends. That's what you do. Choose a course that other people are not willing to do. And when you finish, you will have to do a very serious exam. Once you do that exam, my friends, you have a license in your pocket. Okay? So bottom line, I've talked about your bills. I've talked about student loans. Let's come to this issue is how will people trust you in America? Okay? All right. Okay, Alaska too cold, but that person has a point. Sarah has a point. You can choose go and work in Alaska because no one else wants to go work in Alaska. They will pay you very well, by the way. They will pay off your student loans. So there are always ways. Just stay positive and have your dream in your pocket, okay? Now, let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic before I finish. All these things I've been doing, I've been building all the way from Ghana. Thank you for watching. From Nairobi, from Qatar, everywhere, around the world. I saw Sweden. The most important thing here is your credit. It speaks about your integrity. You as a person. It speaks about your integrity. And you know what? I'm not judging. But I came to a time where I started feeling like I should be asking people their credit. Why? My friends, if Bank of America doesn't trust someone from South Africa, thank you for coming. If Bank of America doesn't trust someone, if American Express doesn't trust someone, if MasterCard doesn't trust someone, my friend, don't trust that person. I'm telling you, but be very careful with that because there are some people who can have a medical condition and they have to pay through their health care and they go into bankruptcy. Okay? There are some people who can get in very bad conditions without the choice of their own. Don't get me wrong. But if someone has never fallen sick, okay? And by the way, that you also have to make a choice. Always when you find an employee, you want to make sure you have health insurance in your pocket. It comes down to choices. Don't go saying, I'm not going to accept deductions on my check. I want to save. And then you go without health insurance. The next time you hit someone on the road, you go bankrupt. Because you didn't take health care. Now you can't even go to the emergency room. You go to the ER. One bill comes out is like the salary for your whole year. My friends, choices. You'd rather have that deduction on your paycheck. They give you good health care. But that's besides the point. It's important for this topic again. It's part of saving money. So for you, how will you deal with credit? When you first come here, okay, from Saudi Arabia, thank you, all courses are marketable. Well, that's true. Maybe, maybe not. But, you know, not always. But you have to be careful. Go with what you see. Me, I'm a very practical person. I like role models. Like, I have to see to believe. Okay? I just have to see to believe. Plus, it's always demand and supply. It's just demand. There are some courses, all you need is 1 degree. You earn 6 figures. And there are some you can go all the way to PhD and you'll never earn better than a nurse. That's all I'm saying. I'm just be practical. My people, Janet, you know what I'm saying, okay? You, the first time you come here, what will you do? The first time you come here, you don't have any credit, okay? So you can't go borrowing anything because they don't know you. The first thing you do, you've gotten your driver's license, you have a job, okay? You can go to places like small stores. Not small stores, but big stores. Walmart, JCPenney, Macy's, you know those? You go and ask for a small card. You know, they will give you maybe a credit card that is only $300. So, when you go next time to buy your socks, or when you go and buy petrol, gas, use that credit card. Don't use your cash money. Use that for things that you need. And then at the end of the month, you use your own money from your debit card. Okay, let's say you are banking with Bank of America or Chase. You have their card which has your money, cash money on that card. You come at the end of the month, you pay off that card you borrowed from JCPenney. That's the debit card. Every month, you use credit, you borrow. You have that maybe $100 worth every day or $120, wherever it is. You borrow, then you come and pay off. You borrow, you come and pay off. Don't use cash. If you use cash, no one knows you. The next time you really need money, and there are some jobs, especially government jobs, They check your credit because they want to know your integrity. If you can't pay your bills, you are not a very trustworthy person. That's just, sorry, that's how it goes. If the government says that, they know. They've been here longer than us sometimes. So they know what they are saying. So you go, when you come, you borrow that small card. You don't have to have thousands. You just need a few hundreds, okay? You just need a few hundreds. You borrow, you buy your shirt, you buy your inner clothes, you buy socks, you buy lotion. Using your card, you go gas your car, you use credit. Then at the end of the month, you go to your bank chest, you go to Bank of America, you use that card to pay off the debt. You use that card. After 6 months, they are starting to know you. When they put in your social security number and your names and your date of birth, the record comes. Here, okay, Adnan and Caroline, this is what they do. They come here, they've been borrowing and paying, borrowing and paying, borrowing and paying, borrowing and paying. Now you have a history, okay? Then someone else from Tennessee comes and now they have 20,000 and they need a loan for 50,000. They're like, no, you have 20,000, but we can't trust you, okay? But Caroline and Adnan, they just go to the history. Sure. They say, yeah, this one we know. This person can borrow $100 and return. But you, even if you have 20,000, how do we know you will pay us back? Okay, you have no... Okay, international students get enrolled. I missed a comment there. All right. So now you understand what credit is. It's trust. Okay? Credit is trust, the ability to borrow and pay back. I used to think that is something simple, but it's not. You know, because when the economy fell in 2008, I was one of those people who was affected. I had a house. And you know, many people told me, Janet, you have no idea. The bank used to tell me every day they are coming to foreclose on my house. And part of my student loans, I had tenants. I was renting. And the tenants will trash my house and they will run away and I have to pay my mortgage. The advice I got from people, Janet, let that house go. Let that house go. You're spending a lot of money on it. That money you could be keeping true. I could have kept a lot of money. By looking back, I probably lost $20,000 because tenants were playing around with me. But what I did not lose, I stayed true to Bank of America. Do I like probably their practices? They are in business. But when I signed the contract with them, I promised to pay that loan. And I went through the tough times of 2008 until the economy improved. Up to today, I still have my house, I still have tenants, and I have my integrity. I still have my credits, okay? That's how it works. So, if people look at me, they see Janet, I can do business with Janet. Because if you borrow $5 from me, believe you me, that $5 is coming back to you. Do you understand? Now, did you understand what I was telling you? If you have someone close to you, and they did not fall sick, and they did not have a particular problem in life that made their credit go low, ask yourself, if you have someone asking you $300 or $700 in America, and they did not fall sick, they did not have problems in the house, ask yourself why. Bank of America does not trust them. American Express does not trust them. Who tells you you can trust them? Your $200 is not coming back. End of story, period. Done. That's just, I've learned. This is wisdom. This is wisdom. This is coming from someone telling you, living it, crying, losing, da-da-da-da. All that, I've been there, done that. I'm here to make sure I share with you, my people. So when you come up, you will be someone very, very special because you will have other ways to learn. But these things that Janet tells you, they are tested. They are tested from real life examples. Okay? All right. At the end of the day, should you borrow student loans? Yes. Okay, another thing why people borrow money, another example I didn't give you, probably people have a good business idea. And they don't want to go to the bank. They want to use family and friends. I've seen such people, I've read about such people will borrow money and they will come and help you after the business is successful. Again, that is a different case. But for that normal, usual Tom and Jerry, me and you, okay, just be aware. Yes, if bank can't lend you, I can't trust you myself. That's it, Sarah. It took me a long time. The bank, the university, if the police can't trust you, I'm telling you, Now I understand why when you see on TV, even when someone runs for office, they go into their details. They look at their history. If they lied somewhere, if they did something. These things are true. And then us, we are just going there blindly, trusting people. My friends, I've come from far. You know, even me, I make mistakes. But the good thing with Janet, when she makes her mistakes, she accepts, she takes responsibility and keeps moving, learns from it, shares. Okay? Beatrice says, America, it's all about credit. Value it, take care of it, and build it. Beatrice, thank you. I'm telling you, I could have taken the easy road. I could have kept maybe 20,000, 30,000 in my pocket. But I did not. I chose the difficult road. It's called moral standards. It's called integrity. I don't care how big Bank of America is. I borrowed, I have to return. And that's what happens. And from now, I walk to the bank. Janet, can we help you? Yes. All they need is to put in Janet, date of birth, social security. If I want a Mercedes Benz, I go to the dealership. Janet, date of birth. I'm not lying to you. Credit green. 800. Okay? 800. Maybe I need it. I don't need it, but it's my integrity. So I'm sharing with you, Sarah, and all my followers. If you come here, I've taught you about bills, the things you will have to do, okay, to maintain good credit. Okay, don't come here saying, I have to save everything. You might not save the first 2 years, but your life will begin after 5 years. Don't go, that's another thing. I used to feel pain. I'm like, why am I working? And all the money is coming out. You know what? You have a roof over your head. You have good health. You have friends. Okay, you have good roads. You have good running water. You have good security from the police. You have a good hospital. You have ambulances. Why are you caring about keeping all this money in the pocket? Pay people first. Even the Bible says, give Caesar what it belongs to Caesar. If you owe a phone bill and you haven't paid, my friends, you have no integrity. Otherwise, turn off the phone and return it to the company. You don't deserve the phone. Simple. It's as simple as that. Why will you be complaining, paying a phone bill? The best thing you can do is to look for a good rate. If this company is giving you expensive rates, go and shop for a cheaper one. That you have a right. But you cannot use a service and bills and America bills. Everything is just bills. I don't know. I prefer just going back to Kenya. We never used to pay bills. We never used to do this. What? It's the service you're getting from that. Okay? It's the service you're getting from that. I don't know. I want to save everything. Yes, you save everything. You might end up poor. If you don't give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, you might end up poor, my friends. Do the right thing, it will always pay back. You're young, come form a foundation. Build a nice foundation. Dig your foundation deep. Make it so deep. Put nice stones. Year 1, year 2, with your age, you are just building a foundation of good things to come 5 years from now, 7 years from now. That's what you're doing. Okay? Don't look at how much am I saving. Good. Saving is always good. Saving is always good. But without a foundation, what are you saving for? Saving for what? First of all, pay your bills. Take care of your credit. Okay? Lay a foundation of if you're taking a student loan, be wise. We've talked about being wise, wisdom, choosing the course wisely, not just a name. You can have the biggest name and the biggest PhDs, but nothing in your pocket. Understand, my friends? That's just the way it works. I love you back, my friends. Okay? Confident, Sarah, everyone that came in today. All right, I hope you learned something. For those who know me, this is Janet Rangi. For those who know me, who don't know me, from my heart now, I'm making easy for you, Janet Rangi, vlogger, blogger with her own opinions. Okay, I have a website, immigrantbusinessdirectory.com. I've not been writing a lot, but I'm going to catch up. The New Year resolutions. By December, every comment that was left on my page answered. Every question in the inbox answered. Everything left in Messenger answered. Everything left on email answered. I want quality service. I want you people to learn from my experiences. Good service whenever possible. I'm going to do my best. So when we start the new year, we are starting a new page. Okay? For those who don't know me, Janet Rangi on YouTube. Remember to subscribe. Okay? Immigrantbusinessdirectory.com. My website, but my email is janet@immigrantbusinessdirectory.com. I hope that was simple enough, okay? All right. Remember to keep the dream alive and have a strong desire to succeed. The desire will push you over the edge. The desire will make you the best. You stand, you fall, you stand, you fall. You never give up, my friends, okay? Some of you have lost something. I will come to one of my followers. He had applied to University of New Mexico. He was having problems paying. I need to go back to that guy. Sorry, I'm still looking for you, okay? For the rest of you, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for sharing, for leaving reviews, for tagging your friends, okay, for leaving comments, everything. I love you always. Until the next video, this is Janet Rangi. Thank you so much from Kampala, Kelon, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.